Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 10 Science NCERT book, that is from the chapter Magnetic Effect of Electric Current. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So children, we have discussed about a topic that is in this we have studied about the magnet, the types of magnet, where we saw that the different magnet is a substance which is going to attract the other types of the material which is magnetic in nature. Okay, then afterwards we have seen about the substances, like magnetic substances are those which will always give which is always giving us the information that they are being attracted by the magnet. Okay, then after that we saw about whenever the magnet is present, it shows different types of forces, and these are said to be as the magnetic, that force could be experienced to a certain extent, and that extent is known as magnetic field. And the magnetic field is being depicted, or it is being explained by the help of the magnetic lines of forces, and these magnetic lines of forces are present in the area around a magnet, and which has certain properties. The properties includes, the first property includes that whenever a magnetic field lines are there, it starts from north, it ends in south, and also the two lines of magnetic lines of forces, they never intersect with each other. And lastly, that the strength of magnet is always present at the poles. Most of the magnetic lines of force could be seen at the poles, whereas they are feeble at the center of the magnet. Okay, then afterwards we saw about the strength of the magnet depends upon the different factors. There could be two types of magnets, that is the permanent magnet and the electromagnets. For electromagnets, we saw how these electromagnets are being made. These are being made with the help of the solenoids. So solenoid is being constructed with the help of the coiled structure of copper wire. Okay. Then lastly we saw about that if the current carrying conductor is a straight current carrying conductor, then it is straight in shape, then what happens? The magnetic field area is going to be told or it is going to be explained by Maxwell's thumb rule, right hand thumb rule. Then after that, if the electromagnet is going to be made, then that electromagnet would be made with the help of the solenoid. If solenoid is we can increase and decrease the length, and we can increase and decrease the strength of the solenoid. Thus we can increase and decrease the strength of electromagnets. Okay, we can decrease and increase the strength of electromagnets. Fine. Even solenoid strength can be increased or decreased. If we increase the number of turns, if we increase the material, like replace the material of solenoid, if we replace the core material, then also it would be explained that this could be changed. The strength could be changed. Fine. The strength could be changed. Now children, we saw about that whenever the straight current carrying conductor is there, the straight current carrying conductor will always give you the direction of the magnetic field, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. This would be told with the help of the thumb rule. Okay. Similarly, if the current carrying conductor is a coiled structure, we will be obtaining the different types of the magnetic field lines, because the magnetic field lines could be could tell us the distance, that could tell us the different types of the situations where the different types of the wires are present, and if the wires are there, then what happens? The concentric rings could be formed. Then concentric rings could be formed. Then what happens? If concentric rings could be formed, then what will happen? That the concentric rings, direction of these concentric rings could be told with the help of the Maxwell's thumb rule, because at a certain point the circular loop also appears to be a straight line. Okay? That would be that behaves like a straight current carrying conductor. Then lastly we have to discuss about the rule, that is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, we'll discuss about this Fleming's left hand rule in today's topic. Fleming's left hand rule. So when a current carrying wire is placed in a magnetic field, a force is exerted on the wire. Fleming gave a simple rule to determine the direction of the force acting on a current carrying wire in the magnetic field. This rule is known as Fleming's left hand rule. According to this rule, hold the forefinger, the center finger, and the thumb of your left hand at right angles to one another. Adjust your hand in such a way that the forefinger points in the direction of magnetic field and the center finger points the direction of current, then the direction of thumb will give the direction of force acting on conductor. Okay, so this is what is the center finger and the thumb of your left hand at the right angle to one another. You have to hold, your the direction of the thumb. You have to hold the three fingers, that is your thumb, your forefinger and your middle finger. That has to point in such a manner, that each of them forms a right angle to each other. Okay? This one is right angle to your thumb. Similarly, forefinger is in the direction of that is 90 degrees at your forefinger is 90 degrees at your center finger, that is your middle finger. Okay, now hold the forefinger, your center finger and the thumb of the left hand at right angles to one another like this, in such a way that the forefinger points the direction of magnetic field, is going to point the direction of magnetic field. The middle finger is going to give the direction of the current. This gives the direction of current, magnetic field, current, and this is going to tell you, the thumb is going to tell you the direction of the force. ठीक है? अगर आपने अपनी फिंगर्स को ऐसे स्ट्रेच किया कि सारे फिंगर्स आपस में 90 डिग्रीज पर हैं तीनों. 4 finger, this is 4 finger, this is your thumb, this is your thumb, and this is your middle finger. Okay, now when you stretch both all of these three in such a way that all of them are in the manner that each of them is at 90 degrees, each of them is at 90 degrees, you can see I think now. So this one is, it is going to point the direction of, this is the direction of thumb. ठीक है. अब क्या होगा, ये जो 4 finger है, this points the direction of the magnetic field. Middle finger, the middle finger points the direction of current, and the thumb is going to point the direction of, okay. So this is always providing the thumb is pointing the direction of, okay, so this is your thumb. So middle finger is always pointing the direction of the motion, and this is current. So what does this rule says? This law says when you stretch the 3 fingers, the 4 finger always point the direction of the magnetic field, the middle finger will always point the direction of the motion of the motion of any conductor which is moving, and thumb always point the direction of the current. Or you can say that when we know 2 things, 4 finger and the direction of thumb is always known, we know that current, and we can understand what kind of direction of the magnetic field would be there. So stretch your middle, stretch your 3 fingers in such a manner. This is index finger, this is center finger, and this is the thumb. You have to stretch all of them in such a manner that it is at 90 degrees to each other. So Fleming left hand rule says when the 4 finger points the direction of the magnetic field, the thumb points the direction of the current, then this is, or you can put like this also, tab bhi wahi hoga. In this manner the thumb is providing the direction of the current, and also this provides you, the middle finger provides you the direction of the movement of the coil. Okay, so this is what is about the Fleming's left hand rule. So children, this was about the Fleming's left hand rule, which tells you about that 4 finger always point the direction of the magnetic field. The current is always provided by this, yes, this is current, and the thumb will provide the direction of the motion of the coil. Okay, so this is thumb will give the direction of the force acting on the conductor. ठीक है, this provides the motion of the conductor or the force acting on the conductor. So this was about the Fleming's left hand rule. Now I will say some more things I'll explain. Please listen to them carefully. We can write the Fleming's left hand rule in another way, like hold the forefinger, the center finger and the thumb of your left hand right angles to one another and adjust in such a way that the forefinger points the direction of the magnetic field, the center finger points the direction of the current, and this thumb is always going to provide the direction of the magnetic, like this. This thumb is going to provide the direction of the motion of the coil, motion of the straight conductor. Okay, so this you can write in another way also. We should always represent the magnetic field both with the 4 fingers, and the field starts with the same letter, that is F. You can learn this also. There is one trick being given in your book also. If you know this trick, you can always remember. So forefinger always contain F as a letter. So middle जो forefinger है वो हमेशा field को direct करेगी. The center finger is always representing the center, and the current always starts with C. ठीक है, तो forefinger से हो जाएगा कौन सा field, current, center finger C, and thumb is always providing the direction of the motion, that is M. Okay, so this is how you can learn. Suppose that there is a vertical current carrying conductor which is placed where? Which is placed in the magnetic field from west to east. Okay, from west to east. Suppose that the current of the wire is vertically downwards as it is there. Okay, from west to east. This is the direction of the field, magnetic field, and this is from A to B, west to east की तरफ magnetic field है. अगर A से C के पास तक ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट है which is downwards, this is current. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे जो मिडिल फिंगर होगी वो आपका डायरेक्शन क्या बताएगी? This is thumb. So that is going to tell you the direction of the motion. That is being told with the help of the thumb. This is your thumb. Okay, this is current. Fine. So that would be the same. We can apply the rules in different objects where this Fleming's left hand rule would be known. So the answer, I'll tell you some more questions. Like, by convention, the direction of the flow of the positive charge is taken in the direction of the flow of current. ठीक है, flow of the positive charge is always giving the direction of the flow of current. The direction in which the positive charge particles such as a proton or alpha particles are there, it will move. This moves with the direction, in which direction of the current. So what is being said, that is the positive charges, when it is taken as a flow of the current, then the direction at which the positive charges or the charged particles or the proton moves, that will move in the same direction of the electric current. ठीक है, चाहे पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन हो, लेकिन करंट का जो डायरेक्शन होता है वो हम हमेशा पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन को मानते हैं. इसलिए जब भी हम कोई भी पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन के मूवमेंट के पार्टिकल्स की अगर हम बात करते हैं, चाहे वो अल्फा पार्टिकल हो चाहे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हो, सबकी लिए डायरेक्शन क्या हो जाएगा? दैट वुड बी वेरी सिमिलर टू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द current, that is from positive to negative. That is why we always say that current moves from positive to negative, whether it is a proton or it is the electrons. Fine. Now, second point is it. Okay, by convention it says that when the movement of the electricity is always from positive to negative terminal. तो यहाँ पर आप कैसे डायरेक्शन को फाइंड आउट करना चाहते हो, तो उसके लिए उसके पहले आपको कन्वेंशंस के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, या फिर फ्लेमिंग्स लेफ्ट हैंड रूल को अप्लाई करने से पहले यू ऑल शुड अंडरस्टैंड 3-4 पॉइंट्स. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज दैट बाय कन्वेंशन the direction of positive charge the direction of the positive charge is same as the direction of the electric current. ठीक है, the same as the direction of electric current. Now the second point is the direction of the current is however taken opposite to the flow of the negative charges. So if we have to give the direction of the flow of electrons, then the direction of the electric current will be taken opposite to the direction of the flow of electrons. So please remember, second point is the direction of electric current is opposite to the flow of electrons. Okay, it is opposite to the flow of electrons. Fine. So this could be known जब क्योंकि हम जानते हैं जो electrons होते हैं these are negatively charged particles, but still the flow of electric current is opposite to the flow of electrons. Fine. It is opposite to the flow of electrons. Now children, the next point says the direction of the deflection of the current carrying conductor or a stream of positively charged particles or a stream of negatively charged particles like electrons will tell us the direction of the force acting on it. Yes. The direction of the deflection of the electric current, ठीक है, positive चाहे charge हो चाहे negative charge हो, the direction of flow of electric current, that could be either positive charge or negative charge, will give you, tell us the direction of, will tell us the direction of the force acting on it. Okay, it tells us the direction of force acting on it. Fine. So this is about the points which I wanted to convey, that whenever the points are, whenever we have to solve the directions related problems using Fleming's left hand rule, we have to keep these 3 points in our mind. Okay, we have to keep the points in our mind. Now children, next point says, next is when a positive charge, okay, I'll give you some questions to write. The first question is, here some questions are being given. A stream of positively charged particles move towards west and deflects towards north by magnetic field. Okay, I'll write down this question so that you can better understand. A stream of positive charge particles move towards west so the direction of current is towards north. Particles, if a stream of positively charged particles move towards west, is deflected towards north. Okay. Is deflected towards north by a magnetic field. Okay. The direction of magnetic field is, the direction of magnetic field is, the direction of magnetic field is, we don't know, and the options are given as, the options are given towards south, then the next is towards east, then next is downwards, Now children, how could you explain this? You could explain this in a manner that wherever the positively charged, that is alpha particles, are moving towards west, so that the direction of the current is towards east. ठीक है, वेस्ट की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं ये अल्फा पार्टिकल्स, तो डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट क्या होगा? इट इज टुवर्ड्स ईस्ट. ओके, द डिफ्लेक्शन इज टुवर्ड्स नॉर्थ. द डिफ्लेक्शन इज टुवर्ड्स नॉर्थ बाय अ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. द फोर्स acting towards is in the north direction. So we can give the direction of the current is towards west. The direction of the current is towards west. Okay, ठीक है, direction of the current towards west है. This is current. And the direction of the force is towards north. Direction of force is towards north. Okay, force is towards north. This is towards west. Fine. Now what would be the here you can apply Fleming's left hand rule, that whenever the current is being shown with the help of your middle finger, which is like this, and the force which is being told with the help of this thumb is in the direction of the north. ठीक है, north, like this. This is in the north direction, like this. Okay, so what would be the like this? ठीक है, अगर अब कौन सा डायरेक्शन होगा जिसकी वजह से आपको पता करना है कि कैसे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन क्या होगा. ओके, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन क्या होगा, यू हैव टू टेल. सो current is being current motion is towards north, and the current which is flowing is towards west. Motion is towards north and current is towards west. ठीक है, तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड किधर पॉइंट कर रहा है? ये एकदम is pointing upwards. Fine, this always points upwards. Okay, so this is pointing upwards. कैसे किया आपने? You have to see that where the current is flowing, where the motion is there, where the current is flowing towards the direction of the force is towards north. The current is flowing towards west. ठीक है, towards west है. तो जो ये ऐसे करोगे तभी ना होगा, ऐसे करोगे तभी, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? ये जो फोर फिंगर है, this points to the direction of the magnetic field that is towards upwards. So the answer is upwards movement होगा, जिसकी वजह से ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो किधर की तरफ मूव करता है, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड किधर होगी? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड विल बी इन द अबव डायरेक्शन. Okay, you have to adjust your four fingers, you have to adjust your middle finger and your thumb. Okay, so this was about the Fleming's left hand rule, children. And you can practice some more problems, like if I give you one more problem, like it is given that you are sitting in a chamber with a back on one wall, an electron beam is moving towards horizontally from back towards front. इधर से इधर की तरफ आप ऐसे बैठे हैं, अंदर से बाहर की तरफ एक वॉल में से एक बीम निकल रही है towards the front of the wall by a strong magnetic field on your right side. एंड आपके राइट साइड में एक स्ट्रॉन्ग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है उसके जस्ट, और एक अल्फा बीम निकल रही है, यहाँ पे एक इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की बीम निकल रही है विच इज मूविंग हॉरिजॉन्टली फ्रॉम बैक टुवर्ड्स योर फ्रंट, डिफ्लेक्टेड बाय स्ट्रॉन्ग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड फ्रॉम योर राइट साइड. तो इधर अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है तो वो डिफ्लेक्ट करके किधर चला जाएगा? अगर सामने की तरफ जा रही है तो इज गोइंग टू मूव इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. ठीक है, व्हाट वुड बी द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड? The electron beams are moving from back to front, so the direction of the current would be in opposite direction. ठीक है, अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्लो कर रही है तो उसका जस्ट ऑपोजिटली चार्ज हो जाएगा करंट, ऑपोजिट मूवमेंट में हो जाएगा करंट. एंड देन you can apply again, you will apply the Fleming's left hand rule and you can find out the direction of the magnetic field which would be vertically downwards. Okay, you can apply these, you can apply this rule and find out the result of the question, and then you can discuss some more questions from different books, even from your NCERT book also. Okay children, so this was all about the video. We have discussed about Fleming's left hand rule. On this basis, we'll discuss the objects in which the Fleming's left hand rule would be applied. Okay, so that's all for today's video. I will be meeting you all in the next video.